To mini break is to fling one's fragile form into a fog of folly. How and Kent can a cat keep from flipping his lid and blowing his bundle? But do not let fury's cry chafe your cheeks, for I, lad Richard Ayoade, am here to get your short-haul ship to shore.
Woo!
Lassoed to a litany of light-end entities, I'm going to glibly guide you through a global gamble. This is travel without mercy. Tonight, 48 hours in what the kids are calling subtropical Madeira, an autonomous region of Portugal. 1 mil tourists per annum dumped down in this most Atlantic of pearls to purloin its greenery, well-worn weather, and curvy yellow seed-bearing structures. Joining me is person's person, Robert Webb.
Wow, what is wrong with that?
Together, we will handle some handicraft.
Starting to sweat.
Libate like legends.
Good night. It's got that sort of Vino's afterburn.
And scintillate with similes.
I mean, it's like something off the telly.
We're here, but should we have come?
Yes!
A 4-hour haul from London leaves us 499 km from the coast of Africa. Well, Robert, here we are in Funchal, the capital of Madeira, basically underscored by the trundle of our own carry-ons.
What did people do before wheelie luggage? I suppose it was a quieter but more muscly time.
Yes.
But Richard, why have you brought me here to Madeira?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh, good.
Madeira was both founded and claimed in 1419 by the Portuguese, and is best known for its fortified wine and deeply dense cake. Madeira is roughly the same size as Scarborough, and like Scarborough, Madeira enjoys considerable independence from Portugal and is a semi-tropical island with 6 distinct climate zones. Also known as the Island of Eternal Spring, previous visitors include transatlantic early adopter Chris Columbus, as well as politician, lateral slurrer and amateur bricklayer Winston Churchill. It's also the birthplace of Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays football. A woman or man can maintain a Madeiran mini break for a modest 275 pp, but wanton wangers like us may well bust out some supplementary Benjamins. This is one of the best shopping centres in Funchal, La Vie.
Right.
It also contains our hotel.
You can buy a hotel here.
After that low-energy comic misunderstanding, we wallop into our wine-themed hotel. Hello.
Hello, welcome to the Vine.
It has a roof terrace with enough room for this elegant panning shot. Floors that look like tiny roads. And at least 3 other areas.
Yeah, posh hotel room. Nice bath for exhibitionists. Nice view, very romantic. Might write some poetry. Probably won't.
My personal holding pen claims to evoke the secrecy and mystery of the wine cellar, which is a creepy way of admitting that it lacks life. I think they may have overdeveloped this plot. To see how Madeira delivers the kind of thrills that keeps this bunch of street toughs jacked, we hit the cobbles. I just thought we could stand here and squint a while before we set off.
It's a classic Funchalian vista.
You know where the world's biggest New Year's Eve fireworks display is?
Is it Edinburgh?
Right here in Funchal.
Close the fridge.
It's open.
Really?
And it's letting out cold facts right on your face. Should we get on the bus?
Okay.
And because we hate to pick sides between maroon and cream, we cop this crate.
There it is.
Old-timer tours.
How exciting.
In which we'll curmudgeonly chug past a crescent of local landmarks in a mere matter of mins. When you holiday, do you tend to hire your own minibus?
I normally get to the place where I'm going on holiday and stay there.
In the airport.
Yes.
We're here now.
That's right. Come on, kids.
Let's not waste
Stop
money on
crying.
accommodation.
That's why we brought the sleeping bags.
Yeah. First, the São Lourenço Palace, home to the President of Madeira. Look at that, built between 1529 and 1540. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a beaut.
It's a good palace.
It looks a bit like a harvester's.
Harvesters don't usually have cannons.
You've not been to Peckham? No. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
There's a lot to get through in Funchal. You know, of course, what Funchal means.
I don't know.
Fennel plantation.
Fennel plantation. That's a lot of syllables to get into Funchal.
They built this city, not on rock and roll, but on fennel. Coming up to the farmers' market now. The flower sellers are required by law to wear traditional costume.
No way.
I don't know how many people have done porridge for flouting that law.
And last, the itsy islet of Pontinia, where Madeira's founder, Zarco, first landed in 1419. At the dawn of the second millennium, an art teacher bought it and, in an act of clear-mindedness, subsequently declared himself both a prince and independent from Portugal.
I'd love to get into Pontinia, but there's a flipping ongoing tax dispute. That's the same reason we're not allowed in Jimmy Carr's house.
It's Brexit in microcosm.
Yes, but if anything, this has been handled in a more dignified fashion.
I think so.
Look, there's one of the feral cats on the red carpet.
That's special.
I mean, this is a good place to lay down a folk rock album.
Unable to source a decent flugelhorn, we instead schlep off for sustenance. And if you want to masticate like a Madeiran, you're going to want to double down on deep-sea scabbard fish. H.R. Giger's favourite fish dish is best consumed at this cliffside eatery, accessible only by sea or cable descent.
Our destination's Vacha dos Padres.
You've just made that up.
I haven't.
Say it again.
Vacha dos Padres.
And again?
Vacha dos Padres.
I believe you now.
It's run by people who have very lazy consonant sounds. My kind of people.
Okay.
Vacha dos Padres.
Vacha dos Padres.
It's all a bit verdant for my liking.
It's very verdant.
This superficially pleasant resort has its own microclimate, hectares of locally sourced ingredients, and a restaurant specifically geared to the prep thereof.
I've pre-ordered
Right.
scabbard fish and banana.
We'd barely sat before some dude mistakes us for sushi files.
Typical fish from Madeira, so it's very special.
And it died eating itself.
Before battering the bottom feeder.
Verdict.
I like fish. I like banana. I like banana fish.
Do you know that this proud land has been unable to export its bananas for a long time because of EU strangulations? And now...
What was the EU's problem with their bananas?
Oh, they weren't big enough.
Really? Did you read that in a column written by Jeremy Clarkson?
Very good. It's quite like cod. Just goes to show that scary-looking animals,
Can be delicious.
maybe we should be eating more puma.
That would stick it to the EU as well. I bet they've got something about conservation of pumas.
Exactly.
Oh, let's not hunt the pumas to extinction.
Bloody
Curvy pumas not allowed, thank you.
slap it on the barbie.
Honestly.
How do you feel about the microclimate down here? Enjoying it?
I believe in microclimates. I don't think they've just been made up in the last 5 years, and I'm really enjoying whatever this climate is.
Well, it's been an excellent meal. Why don't I pretend to pay the bill and then we
Right.
can move on?
Excellent.
Unsettled by Webb's unprovoked attack on my Bezzy Jezzy C and his dubious for-the-cameras-only anti-Brexit stance, I decide to reroute some of my rage into high-velocity wicker.
Why are there so many Morris dancers standing around here?
Well, they've all retrained to become toboggan jockeys.
Really?
Yes. Hi, can we mount up? Okay, there we go.
Right.
It doesn't seem very stable, does it?
Not really.
Gotta say, I don't love this. This is not what you want to do as a control freak,
No.
for sure.
I'm very much in the hands of these burly men.
Yes. Okay, oh, that was close.
Quite interesting.
That was very close to that drain. You do know what you're doing, lads, don't you?
For 2 kilometres from the town of Mont down to Funchal, we literally slide along the road in a greased basket.
I think I've achieved most of the things I want to in life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to die today... So that was a junction
Yes.
with cars on it.
Yeah.
Fine. We're heading for the sea.
Yes. There's a ramp and you go straight onto a Saga cruise ship. I feel they're doing that just to test us.
Well,
certainly know what they're doing.
All very different.
On the toboggan!
Our voices now at full partridge, we skid to a halt.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Heck of a ride. Heck of a ride. Thank you. That's the fastest I've gone in Wicker.
Our urge to see a massive statue of Madeira's most famous son spreading his huge thighs can be brooked no longer.
Who is it? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Named after Ronald Reagan,
Ah,
who was his father's favourite actor. Imagine if Ronald Reagan was your favourite actor
Yes.
and you had seen others act. I don't think it's even Ronald Reagan's favourite actor.
and he's very good at football, I gather.
Yes,
As
one
good
of the
as
best.
Brian Robson or ones that I've heard
I
of.
think is up there.
He's
yes.
up there, right.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's right, yeah.
O melhor jogador do mundo.
No, it is funny.
Yeah. How long should we give this pilgrimage?
I think we've given it a ruddy good go.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for your football.
Well done. Thank you for what you've done for hair products.
With Eve tight on our tails, we strut out into the life of night. There's a glut of grog at former grocer's Taberna de Poncha. This joint has been serving its beverage namesake for the last 70 years to people who want to alter their brain chemistry fast.
Hello?
Hello.
Duas puxas, por favor.
Duas ponchas.
Yeah. Nina,
Thanks.
you're welcome just to throw the shell on the floor. That's what they do here.
Poncha is an ill-advised mix of citrus juice,
That was quite liberating.
honey,
It also makes me feel quite butch being able to go like this.
and the rum-like aguardente de cana.
There's real theatre to it, isn't there?
There is.
Oh,
Right.
blimey.
Now it's happening.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you very much. That's bloody competitive.
Competitively priced.
It's basically given me back more than I gave her.
Right. Cheers.
To better times. Gosh, you can taste the savings.
It knows who it is.
Yeah. That kind of paraffin feel.
Yeah.
A lot of fishermen used to drink this in the 18th century.
Before they invented
Nicer things to drink.
this. It's a sort of liquid fisherman's friend.
Yes.
As this destabilizing decongestant takes effect, day one dribbles to its due demise. Tomorrow brings with it the triple prongs of slow service,
Thank goodness the scones have arrived. I can relax.
Good.
competitive walking,
There's some pretty spry pensioners on this particular stretch.
The ones who just lapped us.
Yeah.
and hellish handicrafts.
See, normally I'm just patching cords, and I don't mind if they look bad.
You rejoin Robert Webb and I fact enter Richard Ayoade midway through our subtropical two-hander.
I'll look at him, Funchal. They can't do enough for you.
Thus far we have seen the terrors of gravity and briefly turned into silhouettes.
Plowed through it. I've got no class.
Chased by some of the fastest moving clouds this broadcaster has ever seen, we flee Funchal for the distressingly verdant Ribeiro de Frio, 13 miles north of the capital.
This is purportedly the world's most visited trout farm.
Really?
Yeah. I think the second most visited trout farm only has one person in it currently. They've got teeth on the roofs of their mouth.
On the roofs?
On the roofs. On the roofs. On the roofs?
On their mouth roofs?
Yeah.
After an hour, we call the whole thing off and head off on a hike, followed one of my favourite Madeiran irrigation systems, the Levadas.
Started in the 1400s. They finished the last one about 70 years ago.
Right.
UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Is it?
It is. Largest laurel forest in the world.
Another world beater.
Another. I mean, it's just racking up winners here. Stats.
After 12 minutes of brutally angry silence,
Do you know, I'm getting so into this walking that any minute now I think I'm going to take my hands out of my pockets.
We stop to self-refresh with some Madeiran plonk.
You know, George Washington apparently drank a pint of this a day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Just all in one go, or just over the course of the day?
I don't know. Maybe just before bath time.
I mean, there probably are people who don't drink fortified wine in the middle of the day, but they're not expert walkers like us.
No, I don't know anything about aerobic exercise.
No.
The rapidly ripening fruit in front of us has a hubristic moniker, delicious fruit.
I don't know how widespread the delicious fruit is, but
Oh,
I've not
that's-
seen it in Tesco's.
It certainly smells of the farm that I used to play on as a child next
Yeah.
door to our house.
It looks like something that David Cronenberg might include in a film. Well,
Well, it's sort of like if a pineapple had had a really bad day.
and that stinging sensation at the back of the throat, that's part of its charm.
What's interesting is I've been chewing it for some time.
It doesn't want to yield.
I'll just wash it down with some wine.
Oh, crumbs. That feels like it would burn easy. You know, this wine can last up to 200 years, which for me is a bad sign.
How old is this one so far?
I think Kenny Rogers was still relevant when this was made. I'm done with that. I'm done with this.
Yes.
Shall we move on?
I think we're ready for
Yeah.
more hiking now.
We vainly attempt to metabolize our indigestible intake by power walking for an additional almost half mile.
Oh, now then.
Visibly shattered, we stand proud at the Ribeiro de Matard. Remaining viewers will be unsurprised to find us overwhelmed with oceanic feelings.
Yeah, I mean, it's high up.
It's impressive.
Yep.
I mean, it's like something off the telly.
And if this makes the edit, it literally will be on the telly.
Even better.
It's, should we exit shot?
Okay, let's exit shot.
Back in the Big Smoke, we head to the Old Town, where this 15th century street has been transformed into an open-air gallery to rival any community mural.
This is very evocative.
It's like Eddie Large, but thinner and a woman.
He's a very attractive man in a way, Eddie Large, deceptively so.
Yeah, well.
Over 200 doors on Rua Santa Maria
It puts the foot back into Funchal.
have been duly daubed by local artists since 2011.
Door art about door art, isn't it? It's already quite meta.
I don't know how long to give it.
I think we've been more than fair.
Look at this. Katy Perry and a young Ron Wood.
Why is he down there?
We don't know.
What's
Isn't-
she standing on that's so firm?
You want to know more about them, though, and I think that's what true art does.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
We've reached a dangerous deadlock. Unless we take it to its inevitably physical outworking, we must distract our digits.
How's your needlecraft?
Pretty rusty, actually.
Is it? Well,
Yeah.
let's hone it.
Madeira's embroidery scene is strong. Here at the world-renowned Bordal, cats work from over 40,000 designs, preserving a tradition that's well old.
We're walking quite fast.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Bordal.
Thank you very much for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
We join a 90-min workshop led by the fiery fingers of Felice Bella, and it's scarcely a few secs before we're at the business end of perforation.
This could be a real...
Action sequence.
in the hands of a visionary like John Woo.
This sort of embroidery version of Face Off.
I think it's okay for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely okay. It's no more than that. Second course, from the look of her hands, I ought to remove my white jacket.
If you're taking your jacket off, I'm going to take my jacket off too.
Yeah, let's both jacket off.
With alarming alacrity, we employ dye to stencil a pattern onto what will become a couple of kerchiefs.
Quite mesmeric.
Yes.
I think I'm going to drop off.
You and everyone watching us.
Then Felice Bella decides to drop the nice guy act and get ruddy real.
Now we do the ponto de corda.
Okay, so this is just a classic backstitch. Kind of backstitch that,
Oh, now I know where I am. Right.
that you might use the stitching on your name tags to your shirts.
Do you know what? I don't actually name tag my clothes anymore.
Really?
Yep.
When did you stop doing that? Uni?
I think it was before uni.
Really? I'm in sixth form now. I'm too busy listening to the new Suede record to care about identifying my garments.
Bernard Butler doesn't identify his garments.
Of course he doesn't.
Why would he?
After some highly flattering low-angle shots,
Why is this so stressful?
Felice, in an off-camera fury that is now in the hands of Funchalian law enforcement, shames us into some shadow point.
Starting to sweat. Oh, come on, you... Come on. You've got to get annoyed with her, haven't you? Is she on that machine because she can't do this?
Better.
Better. Thank you. Better, followed by an undermining laugh.
Having mastered the craft,
Very nice, Robert.
And yours is
Yes, it is very
particularly...
nice.
Thank you.
our dominance is documented.
Yes, certificate.
We have here the certificate.
Brilliant. Thank you.
It's stamped, it's dated, it's on
Yeah.
good quality paper.
It's not laminated.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Heck of an operation you've got here.
To celebrate, the very water droplets in the air reflect, refract and disperse in a semicircular, multicolour light form.
This is a relief. Reed's Hotel. 40% of the guests are British. We're going to feel at home, much like Roger Moore did when he stayed here.
Did he?
Winston Churchill, a significant UK-based politician, wrote his memoirs in this 19th century hotel. Now we join this bunch of stone-faced killers for scones and shears.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you, enjoy.
Thank you
That's
very much.
splendid. I can really imagine Roger Moore enjoying and appreciating
Oh, yes.
this.
Trying to claim back this against tax. Roger, your tanning consultant has just arrived. Good.
£60 for tea for two takes the crippling cost of our Madeira mini break to £813 each. All we can do now is redact.
What do we do?
What about the walk?
The walk, the walk,
The walk.
the walk. I mean, who could forget the walk? There was the walk with the taste
I felt
of
you just
the-
did.
I sort of had.
Yeah.
It was good. There was the, what else did we do?
You literally can't remember
I
anything
can't
else.
remember. Darren, I've been drinking a lot.
That is true. We went in the bus.
That was great, actually. I appreciated the facts were thick on the ground and
Thank
we were
you.
just licking them up.
You're more than welcome for that opportunity for fact lick.
Yeah. And then there was the cable car.
Yes, we went on a cable
the
car
cable
down
car.
to... Have you just been blocking this entire thing out?
Well,
And will you book to come back soon? Or leave it to retirement like everyone else
don't
seems to
think
be
I'll
doing?
book to come back soon. I think I'm just going to stay here. I've got scones, I've got my embroidery to finish. I'm happy if we've done enough
It sounds very good.
whimsical travelogue. Fork you a scone?
Please.
Next, a 48-hour cri de coeur on the Côte d'Azur with Shazia Mirza.
We're very close.
I'm very unhappy about it.
And you can see that next Monday at 8:30. Next, Lost Hope and a Lost Person in the island with Bear Grylls.